Janelle Law Firm. The right attorney can make all the difference in your case. That's why you should call Sutton and Janelle. We have been serving clients in West Virginia and Maryland since 1999 in the areas of family law, DUI, criminal defense, and personal injury. Sutton and Janelle works hard to obtain a favorable outcome for you at a reasonable rate with affordable payment options. Sutton and Janelle values your rights and is passionate about your success. Contact us today at suttonandjanelle.com.
WVU Medicine is pleased to introduce 8 new providers at Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers and University Healthcare Physicians. Dr. Munib Malik, Nephrology, Neonatal Nurse Practitioner Antonia Montag, Dr. Janice McMillan, Endocrinology, Nurse Practitioner Kimberly Applegate, Infectious Disease, Nurse Practitioner Saba Ademe, Hospitalist, Certified Nurse Midwife Brianna Lilly, Physician's Assistant Skylar Sade, Family Medicine, Dr. Kelly Ash, Family Medicine OB. WVU Medicine, growing to meet the needs of our community.
Hi, I'm Annette McDonald, and I am the designer at Orsini's in Martinsburg, West Virginia. We welcome you into our store to show you a complete line of what we do here. We design your cabinetry, quartz countertops, granite countertops, hardware, anything for the full remodel of your kitchen and your home needs. We also do bathrooms, and we have flooring available too. We make sure that your project with Orsini's is the best in the market. Welcome to Orsini's.
Orsini's.com. It's time for the excitement of NCAA Division II basketball featuring the Shepherd University Rams and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. Today's game is sponsored by Bechtel Jewelers, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mirius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, CMA Honda of Winchester, the Mountaineer Pub, the Neon Moon Tavern, Orsini's Home Store, the Palace Lounge, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Smallwood and Small Insurance, the Sutton and Janelle Law Firm, and WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Center. Now, let's send it out to the Butcher Athletic Center on the campus of Shepherd University and join our TV10 broadcast crew for the game. This concludes today's coverage of NCAA Division II basketball featuring the Shepherd
header. This is Shepherd men's basketball action as the Shepherd University Rams welcome Slippery Rock to Shepherdstown. Nick Verzolini alongside me is Dylan Bishop. And Dylan Shepherd enters this ball game sitting at 3-2, while Slippery Rock is 5-0. But first time that we get to see the Rams this season on the court, and it's a pretty similar team to what they had a year ago, but still very young in terms of experience in years played, but more experience than I guess last year's team. But do miss some big pieces, in particular Kyle Daggett leaving the program after graduating. So it's a different team, but an exciting team, I think, and off to a decent start at 3-2.
Right, yeah, you got the majority of last year's pretty solid team that you had. You are losing Kyle Daggett, who averaged 17 points and almost 8 rebounds last year. He shot 60% from the field and 40% from the three, which is, man, you really love a player that can give you those kind of numbers. And Cam Stevens as well, averaged 11 points, almost 5 rebounds, 5 assists in 37 minutes a game. That's a lot to replace right there. So, but for the most part, you got the same team as you had last year, but also in a different way where you don't have the same team. You kind of didn't have Daniel McLean Corley last year. He only played in 9 of the 29 games that this team played. And so far this year, he's gotten a little bit off to a rough start. You're trying to get back into the flow of things, only shooting 38% from the field, still giving you 13.5 points a game. But you still got a lot of players that you had last year. Phillip Jordan is back, John Preston, Carson Poffenberger, Aiden Hewley, the guys that have rounded out that starting 5 so far this year with DC. So these guys, Justin Namalik has a lot of good pieces to put together here, try to put together a winning squad this year.
We look back at the Rams season so far. Shepherd started the year with a loss to a top 10 team in the country in West Liberty, 91-68. Then got a win in overtime over Wheeling, 77-73. Fell in a close one to Frostburg State, 58-57. Come back winners of back-to-back games now with a win over Lincoln 74-62 and a win over Bowie State 66-55. But this is conference play, and Slippery Rock enters at 5-0. It will be a big challenge, Dylan, for this Rams team. But, we talked about it, a decent amount of talent returning. McLean, Corley, Phillip Jordan, John Preston, that backcourt, all those guys have experience, and all of them averaging in double figures. So a chance to potentially get a huge win here in early PSAC play, both teams' first game in conference.
Right, and that you talk about the results they've had so far. That loss to Frostburg State was John Preston missing a buzzer-beating shot there at the end, which is a bit of a surprise because he has been on fire shooting the ball so far this year, shooting 57% from the field, 50% from three on about 8 shots a game, and taking 4 3-pointers again. Also bringing in 8.5 rebounds per game, leading the team. So he has been really impressive so far this year. And for him to step up in his final year, to be a leader on this team is going to be really important. Over the years, he's been a little inconsistent shooting, but I think as he's progressed, become an upperclassman, he started to become a little more consistent, a little more of a steady hand for this Rams team.
Excuse me, this is the second PSAC game, as Lincoln is a member of the PSAC in basketball, but not in football. So my bad there, but Lincoln a PSAC game. So Shepherd's 1-0 in conference and a chance to get to 2-0 against a traditional pretty good program. So let's go ahead and take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we will break down Slippery Rock and continue to get you set for this matchup. This is Shepherd University men's basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Hello, this is Mark Sutton of the Sutton & Janelle Law Firm. The right attorney can make all the difference in your case. That's why you should call Sutton & Janelle. We have been serving clients in West Virginia and Maryland since 1999 in the areas of family law, DUI, criminal defense, and personal injury. Sutton & Janelle works hard to obtain a favorable outcome for you at a reasonable rate with affordable payment options. Sutton & Janelle values your rights and is passionate about your success. Contact us today at suttonandjanelle.com.
November is Lung Cancer Awareness Month. Tragically, lung cancer is the second most common cancer and the leading cause of cancer deaths worldwide. Don't miss WVU Medicine's next Community Mini Med School online lecture presented by WVU Medicine pulmonologist Richard Catlett. Join us for a discussion on lung cancer, from risk factors and symptoms to screenings and treatment options. Available at WVU Medicine. Tune into our Facebook page, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, Tuesday, November 15th at 7 p.m.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Located at 4529 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg, the Neon Moon Tavern has delicious food and cold beverages. Stop on in Mondays for some mayhem with us and Shepherd quarterback Tyson Bagent, or on Tuesday for some gourmet tacos. Wednesdays is whiskey and trivia night. Thursday is steak night. Fridays are dinner specials. Saturdays there's live music. And Sunday morning is brunch. We're open every day from 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. Call us at 304-260-4002 for takeout or stop on in to the Neon Moon Tavern.
We welcome you back here on the tip-off show. Nick Versley alongside me, Dylan Bishop. So, again, another correction here, Dylan, before we continue. Lincoln, not a part of the PSAC. That's a misprint on the Shepherd stats here, but they are in Pennsylvania. So, you're 1-0 against Pennsylvania schools so far, Dylan. We'll try to get to 2-0. But for the opponent, Slippery Rock, a team coming in 5-0. They are undefeated against West Virginia schools with wins over Alderson, Broadus, and Charleston. Coming in here at 5-0 with a win 68-62 to tip off the season over Alderson, Broadus, 82-72 over Notre Dame, a win over Penn State Allegheny 105-70, a win over Damon 82-60, and a win over Charleston 73-59. When you look at the Slippery Rock team. It's a pretty high-powered offense, Dylan. Again, 3 players scoring in double figures for them in Britt, McFall, and Gates. They're kind of the leaders. But it is a team that shoots particularly well from behind the arc, only 29.8%. But overall, as a team, shooting about 47% and averaging 82 points per game. So still a high-powered offense, despite the fact that they've gotten off to a little bit of a slow start from 3.
Yeah, they're really led the way by Amante Britt, really the main three-point shooter on this squad. He's shooting 43% from three-point range so far this year. Their leading scorer at 18 points a game, shooting 50% from the field overall. So he's really been carrying the load when it comes to the long-range game. Then, of course, they have Jonathan McFall, who's also shooting over 50% from the field, but not much of a three-point shooter, just 30%. And then Khalid Gates shooting just 25% from 3. So that's where they get a lot of their production from. All 3 of those guys over 50% from the field, but mostly doing it from two-point range, other than Amante Britt, who is a 5'10" graduate student guard that got to watch out for today.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a tough matchup. And anytime you have 3 guys that are your top 3 scorers that are all in double figures, averaging shooting from the floor over 50%. I mean, I know it's only 5 games, but that's still very impressive and something that Shepherd will have to try to contend today. And we'll see kind of how the Rams play it, because we saw a lot of zone last year at times for Shepherd. Maybe they go to that early on, or if they work for more of a man-to-man. In a team like this who doesn't shoot the ball well from the perimeter, maybe it would be beneficial to go to a 2-3 zone to try to keep it from getting inside.
Yeah, it's may have to do with a personnel kind of thing. You lost 2 starters from last year, and you've really been running that main 5-guy lineup with McLean Corley, Jordan, Preston, Poffenberger, and Hewley. Not every lineup is a lineup that you want to run the same kind of things with. Is that a 2-3 zone lineup? Is that a 3-2 zone lineup? Is it a man-to-man defense kind of lineup? So that's the kind of thing you got to look out for. We'll see it today, what sort of matchup they go to. And sometimes it's team-dependent. Maybe a team like Slippery Rock you can play zone against. Maybe you can't. And they don't shoot the ball from 3 very well, so that can be a big determinant right there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we'll kind of just we'll find out here in a little bit as we get the starting lineups for the 2 teams currently being announced. Dylan, any keys to the game you got just on your first initial thoughts here?
Yeah, I think they're going to have to get some good looks from downtown for the Rams. Make sure that you can slow down Amante Britt. Don't give him open looks from 3. That's going to be the big thing. And I think you're going to need to get Daniel McLean Corley, try to get him into some rhythm early into this game, because he hasn't been able to get off to as fast of a start as you might want coming off of his injury-riddled season last year. Try to get him into a groove so he can get back and get some momentum going early in the season.
Any keys for Slippery Rock? Or did you already give those? I'm sorry.
Well, for Slippery Rock, I think that they have their 3 guys that they're going to play their offense through and try to get those open looks, try to get into the lane. And then the other thing for them, when it comes to their defense, you need to make sure that you can slow down the 3-point attack for the Rams. Don't give guys like Poffenberger those open looks, those role players. Get them momentum to go along with the main scores for the Rams.
Now let's give you the starters first for Slippery Rock. It's Goings, Lindsay, Gates, Clifford, and Britt. And for Shepherd, it'll be a junior guard, Philip Jordan, senior guard, John Preston, junior guard, Daniel McLean Corley, sophomore guard, Aiden Hughley, and a sophomore forward, Carson Poffenberger, the Morgantown product. So both teams will head into the circle, and we'll get ready for tip-off here between Shepherd and Slippery Rock. LaShawn Lindsay will tip for the Rock. And Aiden Hughley will tip for Shepherd. And we are underway here from the Butcher Center. Will be the Rams off the tip. Philip Jordan will bring it across the stripe for Shepherd. Here's Poffenberger on the right wing. High post, Aiden Hughley. Jordan gets double teamed and turns it over. Quickly back the other way goes the Rock in transition. Britt will set things up. Over to Goings, now back to Britt. Comes off a Lindsay screen, throws up a shot, and is fouled on a wild three-pointer.
Already the starting lineup change for Shepherd in this game, have it going with Michael Cooper out
you're right,
on the floor.
I didn't even notice that. Now McLean, Corley, and Robinson checking in.
That's fascinating to me. An interesting decision by Coach Namalik. Bringing McLean Corley off the bench.
Also, Shepherd let about 12 seconds roll off the clock before stopping it, so that will be fixed. I wonder if maybe that's some sort of disciplinary thing, because if you're going to sub a guy out 40 seconds into the game,
that's certainly possible.
It doesn't make much sense to me any other way. But the free throw from Britt is no good.
Yeah, Coach Namalik's not afraid to play around with his lineups, get his guys motivated in different sorts of ways.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he just... We'd have to ask him to know the answer there. The second free throw is up and good, but it is 3 free throws. So Cooper will check out. It could be that he thought he had the old Lakers Michael Cooper on his team, so he put him in because he's like, hey, NBA player.
Yeah, it's an easy mistake to make.
Third one is up and good as well. So 2 of 3 goes Britt from the charity stripe. Robinson also in the game now for Shepherd. He'll bring it across. Hit Poffenberger up at the top of the key. Preston comes off the Poffenberger screen. And a foul called against the Rock. It's going to go against Clifford. Bobby Clifford, the redshirt sophomore from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Here's Preston on the right wing. Robinson finds Poffenberger, back to Preston. 2-0, Slippery Rock on top, under 19 minutes to go in the first half. Things just getting started. McLean Corley pumps and now throws up a jumper, and it's off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by the Rock. Here's Clifford in transition. Swings it over to Gates, now back over to Britt. Goings to Britt, now high post Lindsay. Works it into the low post to Gates, and Gates is called for the travel. Good defense from Carson Poffenberger.
Yeah, I think it's been a trend so far this year for the Rams. It's been good defense overall. A lot of hard-fought hustle on that side of the court.
Robinson off the Hughley screen. Pick and roll. Good bounce pass. Down low to Aiden Hughley, who lays it up with the left hand to get the Rams on the board. 2-2 our score. 18 minutes to go in the first half.
That's great pick and roll basketball right there. Got the dump off and went up and under.
And they're stepping out of bounds is Lindsay on the far side.
A little bit of sloppiness from Slippery Rock so far. They're also going to trap like the women's team did.
Robinson now with the basketball for Shepherd in a 2-2 ball game. Good defense from Clifford. Robinson trying to use his size in the post and then bounce it out, or kick it out, I should say, to Poffenberger, but it's tipped away, and now it'll be Shepherd ball on the near sideline. You mentioned Shepherd's defense, only allowing 67.8 points per game, but scoring 68 points per game. So very close basketball games that Shepherd played early on in the season. There's down low to Hughley, and his shot is no good. Rebounded by Preston. He tries to power his way back up, but he can't finish underneath. Under 20 seconds to go now on the shot clock. McLean Corley with the basketball. Comes off the screen from Hughley, gets into the lane. He did everything but made the shot. Clifford grabs the rebound. Lindsey thought about a three-pointer. Swings it back over to Gates.
So McLean Corley did a great job to split that double team, but then he missed John Preston wide open in the corner for an easier shot.
Kendall Gates now with it on the wing. He'll step back, try a three-pointer, and knock it down. 5-2, the Rock on top. 16:40 to go in the opening half.
That's tough there. That's just good offense beating that good defense. Better offense.
Robinson and Hughley run the pick and roll again. DMC tries a three, and it's no good. Preston tries to keep it alive, and it heads out of bounds.
And like I said, after not really playing a lot last year, DC's not really been able to get things going so far this year.
We got to figure out the nickname, Dylan. Is it DC or DMC? Because, I mean, you got the McLean in there.
People that know him personally call him DC.
All right, then I'll go with DC. I don't want to offend the man.
I don't know if he'd be offended. But
Britt to the rack, and he'll finish. Make the score 7-2. Britt stands at just 5'10", but you saw the scoring numbers that we talked about in the pregame. Doesn't affect him even at his size. Hughley. Dribble handoff with Robinson. Hughley tries a long three, and it's nothing but net for Aiden Hughley. The former York Suburban Trojan knocks it down. 7-5 our score.
Something we saw in the development of Kyle Daggett as he went through his years was that three-point game. And here's another big man trying to shoot some threes.
Gates' three is short, rebounded by John Preston. We'll find McLean Corley. High post to Hughley. Now back to McLean Corley. Good step back move. Hesitation. Now pull up and knock down the mid-range J. McLean Corley's on the board, and we're tied at 7 with under 15 minutes to play in the opening half.
Just kind of needling the defense there, finding his spot. Good offense there.
Britt with a step back three, and it is good. 10-7 our score.
And it's
Britt,
tough to defend.
The tough jumper. Here's Poffenberger. Hughley over to Robinson, excuse me. Preston now with the basketball. High post to Carson Poffenberger. An offensive foul called against Poffenberger as he tried to create space against the smaller Clifford. We got the under 16 media timeout. Let's take a 30-second break. This is Shepherd University Rams basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
November is Lung Cancer Awareness Month. Tragically, lung cancer is the second most common cancer and the leading cause of cancer deaths worldwide. Don't miss WVU Medicine's next Community Mini Med School online lecture presented by WVU Medicine pulmonologist Richard Catlett. Join us for a discussion on lung cancer from risk factors and symptoms to screenings and treatment options. Available at WVU Medicine. Tune into our Facebook page, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, Tuesday, November 15th at 7 p.m.
We welcome you back to the Butcher Center on the campus of Shepherd University in Shepherdstown, West Virginia. 10-7 our score, under 15 minutes to go in the first half. Slippery Rock leading Shepherd. These two schools met just a week ago, Dylan, in football. And Shepherd got the win to advance to the regional championship game, which we will have tomorrow. Shepherd heads up to IUP, certainly looking forward to that one. But a pretty good game here early on the basketball court.
Right, yeah, it's been a pretty good start for both sides. A lot of tough three-pointers made so far by Amante Britt that have him already having 7 points, the same amount that the Rams have overall. He's going to be tough to stop. They're going to have to make sure they get their best defender on him all game and really close out on those threes.
On the court for Shepherd, Philip Jordan, Daniel McLean Corley, John Preston, Carson Poffenberger, and Aiden Hughley. Slippery Rock bringing in McFall off the bench, along with Ahmad Gilmore, to go along with Gates, Clifford, and Britt. Britt pulls up on the left wing and somehow got that one to go over two defenders.
Wow. I mean, that's just tough shot making there to see if they adjust at some point and try to double him to get the ball out of his hands.
McLean Corley now over to Aiden Hughley. Philip Jordan lost control of it. Britt now in transition, goes up strong with the right hand and finishes to extend the lead to 14-7. Slippery Rock on top of Shepherd, under 14 minutes to go in the first half of play, 13 and a half to be exact.
As I say, Britt's averaging 18 points a game. He's already got 11 in the first 6.5 minutes of this one.
Poffenberger tries a contested three and answers with a triple. Cut the lead down to 4 at 14-10.
He's been shooting the ball well so far this year, almost 44% from three.
Here's Britt now, miscommunication on the handoff with Gallimore. And a foul called against Philip Jordan. So the Rock will keep the possession. Cooper checks back in, along with Marcel, Stephon Marcel, two freshmen coming on, Washington, D.C. native. Excuse me, I believe it is actually Brendan Dolman who checked in. Marcel did as well. So Dolman, Marcel, and Cooper are all checking in for the Rams as there's a wild shot rebounded by McLean Corley, and he'll push for Shepherd. Hughley sets a good screen. McLean Corley over to Cooper. Marcel now with the basketball. He'll drive in. Working back up top to Dolman. Marcel tries a three, and he knocks it down.
Nice shot there from Marcel. The assist from Dolman, the Musselman High School product.
Yep, redshirted a year ago. 14-13 our score. There's a long two on the other end from McFall, and he gets it to fall to make it 16-13. Slippery Rock leading Shepherd with 12 minutes to go in the first half. Dolman now running the offense for the Rams. Here's Cooper, guarded tightly by the Rock. Dolman now off the Hughley screen. Marcel back to Cooper. McLean Corley in the corner. Low post. Aiden Hughley's got a size advantage over Britt, but he missed the shot. A good rebound for Slippery Rock, and they'll push it back the other way. Nice move to the rack for Ahmad Gallimore. Makes it 18-13. Slippery Rock on top, 11:22 to go in the first half.
You got to get back on defense. Stop that before it gets to the rim. You got to stop the ball.
Dolman off the Hughley screen.
House in the house.
They had that earlier, but it did not convert. Cooper with a tough drive, but he can't get the shot to go. Kazuku with another good rebound. Britt with the transition three. It's no good. Dolman secures it for Shepherd.
About to have a big lineup shift change. You have three players at the scorer's table for the Rams.
Yeah, right now kind of a combination of really young guys and then McLean Corley and Hughley who have a lot more experience. Here's Britt in transition, lays it up and in to extend the Slippery Rock lead to 20-13. Shepherd on a scoring drought. Coming up on under 10.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, this is a tough lineup for trying to get some points up on the board, even though Aiden Hughley has five points.
Over to Dolman, high post. Hughley down low, and a foul called on the floor against Slippery Rock. And we'll have the under-12 media timeout. It's 2013. Slippery Rock on top of Shepherd. Let's take a 30-second break. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10 and WRNR football, basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Hi, this is Lauren from Orsini's right here in Martinsburg. Grilling is not just for the boys. We are a Platinum Traeger dealer carrying the Pro Series all the way up to the Timberline Series. We have every flavor of wood pellets along with accessories, rubs, sauces. Not just Traeger, we carry Utz, Meat Church, Lanes, and Dizzy Pig. We also carry a full line of Yeti products. Orsini's has everything to complete your backyard. Visit us at 360 Hack Wilson Way or at Orsinis.com.
I feel like I understand the game better if I look at it there. And I know.
We welcome you back here to the Butcher Center. 20-13, our score. Slippery Rock leads Shepherd. 10-12 to go in the first half. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop. Dylan Shepherd on a scoring drought here. And the Rock really just getting rebounds and then getting out in transition. You got to get back a little bit quicker if you're Shepherd, but also hopefully this substitution here can get some more offense on the floor and they're able to score baskets, so then it's easier to get back and prevent those quick transition.
Right, the Rock shooting almost 73% from the field right now, just really making a lot of tough shots that I think you hope as the game goes on they don't quite make.
So Poffenberger back in along with Preston and Robinson for Shepherd. McLean Corley remains on the court along with Marcel. Rams trying to get it in, just due before the 5-second call. McLean Corley now with the basketball. Pulls up for three, and it's short. Marcel tries to fly in for the rebound, but he can't get there. The Rock back the other way with a wild shot. Slippery Rock now slows it back down. Baker over to McFall. McFall step back. Jay is good. Tough shot there as the offense continues to work at a high clip for the Rock. Robinson with the basketball now. Trevor with the too high post look. McLean Corley off a double screen. Doesn't find much room. Good defense from Gallimore. McLean Corley to the rim, and the blocking foul is called underneath. Should send McLean Corley to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, that's what we talked about, just like that last possession there for Slippery Rock. Just so much tough shot making that you hope they're not going. All those kinds of shots are not going to fall.
But then you look at it and they have three guys shooting over 50%. So
right.
At least so far on the year, those guys have made those tough shots, and as a team shoot 45%, which isn't bad at all. As McLean Corley's free throws up and good. Daniel on the season shooting 90%. 19 of 21 for the Rams. He hasn't shot great from the floor at just 38% from the floor and 26% from three. The next one is up and good as well. Philip Jordan will check in for McLean Corley. Shepherd cuts the lead down to 22-15. 9:15 to go in the opening half. The Rock with the basketball now. It's Griggs. Step back from McFall. Another contested shot. It's just off. Just grazes the rim and heads out of bounds. Shepherd will get the ball back. Under 9 minutes to go at 22-15 our score. Philip Jordan with the ball. Jordan tightly guarded by Griggs, who will get hit with the foul called.
One thing that stood out to me so far for this Rams team this year is that PJ, Philip Jordan, leads the team in assists, but he's only averaging 3 a game. So, and not a lot of players averaging a ton of assists here, playing really team basketball, a lot of people handling the ball.
Philip Jordan with the ball now for Shepherd. Jordan trying to get away from Griggs. He splits the defense, kicks it out. Preston 3. There's an assist for Philip Jordan and a three-pointer from John Preston. It makes it 22-18. Right on cue, Dylan.
There we go. Yeah, they're only averaging about 9.5 assists per game, so it's been a lot of
isolation.
Players did it themselves.
Robinson stepped out of bounds trying to secure that rebound, but Shepherd has cut the lead back down to 4. Hughley will check back in.
And compare that to the 14 turnovers they've been averaging a game. That's you want that assist-to-turnover ratio to be as positive as it can be.
So Hughley checks back in. Shepherd trails by 4. McFall with the basketball. Runs into Lindsay. Now kicks it back out to Griggs. Coming up on 8:15 to go in this first half. Griggs off the screen from Lindsay. Goes hard to the rim. Poffenberger, good help defense. Rebounded by John Preston. Philip Jordan will push for the Rams. Jordan in transition. Goes right to the rim. Kicks it out. Hughley three-pointer from the top of the key. Goes in and out. No good. Rebounded by Gates. Slippery Rock now wants to go in transition. Slow things down here. Griggs with the basketball over to McFall. Gates in the post, working against Poffenberger, draws the double team, drives baseline, and gets fouled, and they'll count the field goal.
Wow. What a tough shot. And I feel like we keep saying it over and over, but that's really Slippery Rock. Shepherd's playing good defense, but it's been better offense so far.
Yeah, I mean, you want to talk about finesse touch on a shot like that to go and get the foul. 24-18 our score, 30-second break. This is Shepherd University Rams basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
The holidays are for making memories, and a Honda can help. Whether it's hauling presents in a Ridgeline, going sledding in a Pilot, or traveling in a Passport or CRV. Make memories during Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.9% APR on a 2023 Honda CRV, 2.9% APR on a 2022 Passport or 2023 Ridgeline, and a 1.9% APR on a 2022 Pilot.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
See dealer for financing details.
Welcome you back to the Butcher Center. Shepherd trails Slippery Rock 24-18, 7:40 to go in the first half. Nick Verzolini alongside me is Dylan Bishop, Spencer Dupuis, and Braden Schaffner on camera. Colin McLaughlin back in the studio. Doing a great job for us. 24-18 our score. It was an and one from Gates right before this under 8 media timeout. The second foul on Carson Poffenberger. Shepherd's fourth as a team. Both teams have 4 team fouls. So Gates will head to the line. On the year, Khalid Gates shoots 76% from the charity stripe. And Gates' free throw is no good. Rebounded by Preston. Preston for a guard, a good rebounder. Finds Philip Jordan. Jordan drives into the paint. Floater is no good. Rebounded by Gates.
It was a good shot there. Just didn't get it to go.
Gates over to Britt. Amonte Britt, the grad student. Over to McFall. Guarded well by Robinson. Hughley guarding Gates, and Gates turns it over. Taken away by John Preston. Preston goes quickly back the other way. Now Philip Jordan with it at the volleyball line. 6:50 to go in the first half. And Shepherd turns it over.
It was just a little miscommunication there. I think he thought John was going to pop out a little further towards the wing. Or he may have just lost a handle on it a little bit, trying to pass it with the left hand.
Slippery Rock back with its starters on the court. Shepherd with every starter except for Poffenberger. Well, not starters, but
offensive foul.
Key contributors, I guess, so far in this first half. But Poffenberger out along with Marcel in the game. So Robinson, Marcel, and now McLean Corley checks in for Robinson. 24-18 after that offensive foul. Gets the ball back to Shepherd. 6:36 to go in the first half. Slippery Rock leading. McLean Corley off the Hewley screen. Preston now. Preston to the rim with the left hand. Shot is no good. Rebounded by Lindsay. He quickly gets it out there in transition to Goings. Now back to Britt, who will slow things down. Goings now. Off the screen from Lindsay. Goings attacks. Kicks it out the gates. Back to Goings. He'll pull up. One foot inside the three-point line and knocks down the long two to make it 26-18. Slippery Rock on top.
Man, just everything that they want right now on offense, they're getting it.
Philip Jordan over to McLean Corley. Marcel with a good screen. It's not necessarily bad defense by Shepherd, but
not at all.
Really good offense. McLean Corley tries a contested J, and he'll knock it down.
And that's the same thing right there. That's good defense by Slippery Rock. But McLean Corley, a good shot maker of his own.
Makes it 26-20. If you could really get him back into a groove, it seems like a little bit of a slow start for McLean Corley, probably due to coming off of that injury a little bit. And Britt pulls up. He'll miss. Hewley luckily taps it to himself because he wasn't really ready to grab a rebound there, but he gets it for Shepherd nonetheless. Philip Jordan off the screen over to Marcel, who drives in, slips a little bit. Maybe slipped on a rock. No, Dylan? You didn't like that?
I got it there. It took me a second. But I think one of the other things with McLean Corley, he's not at 100% right now. I actually overheard during the doubleheader before over Thanksgiving break when they were out here watching the women's game, asked DC how his hip was, and once you hear that, you can tell that he's a little walking around gingerly as games go on, and then he gets kind of tightened up.
Yeah, so you're not 100%, and it's clear with the numbers as they're a good offensive rebound to put it back up and in. Slippery Rock extends the lead out to 8 at 28-20. 4:15 to go in this first half. Philip Jordan, top of the key. McLean Corley tries a contested three. It's short, no good. Rebounded by Clifford, and now DC will get hit with the foul as he reached in on Goings, and Slippery Rock will keep the possession. That is the 15th foul of this first half, and the first on Daniel McLean Corley.
Only 20 points up on the board with 4 minutes until halftime. It's been tough going so far.
Britt over to Clifford. He'll try a three, and that is too strong. Rebounded by McLean Corley. Daniel McLean Corley now with the basketball for Shepherd. Tries to split the defense. Crossover move. Pulls up. Two-pointer on the way. No good, but he draws the foul.
There we go. He's that shifty kind of moves.
3:45 to go. We got the under 4 media timeout, so we'll take a break. Shepherd trails Slippery Rock 28-20. This is Shepherd University Rams basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Hello, this is Mark Sutton of the Sutton & Janelle Law Firm. The right attorney can make all the difference in your case. That's why you should call Sutton & Janelle. We have been serving clients in West Virginia and Maryland since 1999 in the areas of family law, DII, criminal defense, and personal injury. Sutton & Janelle works hard to obtain a favorable outcome for you at a reasonable rate with affordable payment options. Sutton & Janelle values your rights and is passionate about your success. Contact us today at suttonandjanelle.com.
We welcome you back to the Butcher Center. Shepherd trailing Slippery Rock 28-20. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop, Spencer Dupuis, and Braden Schaffner running our cameras for this evening's contest. Colin McLaughlin back in the studio after the Shepherd women fell to 0-6 earlier tonight with a loss to the Rock. The Rams are looking to do the opposite here and get a win on the men's side. A trail by 8 with 3:45 to go in this first half. And Daniel McLean Corley headed to the line after the foul on Lindsay.
You see, it's been tough so far. Leading scorer for the Rams is Daniel McLean Corley with 6 points, as he tries to get a 7th one right there, and does.
And so far this year, if McLean Corley's at the line, you can usually count it as 2 points, shooting, again, 90% from the free throw line entering today's game. Second one is up and good as well.
He's able to get to the line about 4 times a game. So that's a good clip to have at 90. That tells you that his shooting deficiencies from the floor and from 3 aren't his shooting ability when a guy's shooting that well from the free throw line.
Britt to the rim, and he'll finish over Robinson. Get that lead back out to 8 at 30-22 with 3:25 to go in the first half. Over to Preston. Robinson now. Attacks. Marcel tries a contested 3. It's no good. Hewley's rebound is unable to get there. Goings now pulls up. Free throw line Jay. Too strong. John Preston grabs another rebound for the Rams. And really, Dylan, you watch this offense, and McLean Corley is kind of the only true shot creator, I think, when you really watch it. So Robinson pulls up there, no good. So yeah, that can affect the field goal percentage as well if you're being forced to take a lot of shots when you're the main kind of shot creator on the team.
Right, yeah, PJ and John don't really do a lot of their own shot creation. A lot of the pick-and-roll game is through McLean Corley.
So he gets one here from Hewley. Pull up from the elbow and miss it. No good. Rebounded by the Rock. So Shepherd trails by 8, 30-22. And despite these numbers that we're going to see here at halftime, where Slippery Rock's going to be really high field goal percentage, it's a competitive basketball game. There's an offensive foul going against the Rock. Results in a turnover, and we'll see here. 2 minutes to go, Dylan. Shepherd can get it in. Been 4 or 5 points. You're feeling pretty good at halftime, I think.
Yeah, especially with all the tough shots that Slippery Rock has been making. I think a lot of the reason, kind of more of this game has gone through McLean Corley. He's already taken 8 shots, 2 of 8 from the field, when he only averages 11 per game so far this year. Slippery Rock's switching on all screens, and I think they're trying to get DC matched up against these forwards and centers. But the shots haven't fallen so far.
Playing Corley banks it in off the glass. There he was able to use his size to his advantage and put it in. Shepherd cuts it to a 2-possession game at 30-24. They'll take a timeout. We'll keep it here, Dylan, as you look at those numbers so far, and Daniel McLean Corley, if he's going up against a guard, he's a tall guard, so he can do what we just saw right there. And,
right, yeah.
Banking those shots.
Yeah, that's the sort of opposite perspective of coming off of those screens when Slippery Rock switches them and getting a big guy on them. He can reject a screen or not take one at all. He can ISO, and he can get to the rim against these guys that guard him. He has some height on, and he can use his good scoring ability to shoot those tough shots over smaller guys.
6'5", 185-pound junior guard from Clinton, Maryland, and Daniel McLean Corley. So, 6'5" guard. Shepherd doesn't have a whole lot of height that gets playing time. So, on this team, it's almost like a small forward. But also, we're at the Division II level. Height's a little bit down just overall, but still.
Right.
6'5" is really tall out there.
Absolutely.
30-24. Here's a shot from Britt. No good, off the front of the rim. Daniel McLean Corley now with the basketball. We'll see how he goes to work here. Gallimore guarding him. Preston over to Cooper in the corner. Back to Preston. John Preston, the lone senior on this Shepherd team. He'll draw a foul on Britt.
You see Preston only 1 for 3 so far in this game. He's only taken about 8 shots per game to start this year. But as he mentioned in pregame, he's shooting 57% from the field and 50% from 3 on 4 threes a game. I'd like to see them try to, if they have to manufacture them, get more shots for John Preston.
Preston's free throws up and good on the 1-and-1 attempt, as it's 18 fouls against Slippery Rock. So that's something to note, that if you guys could be in foul trouble here, is 1 on Britt. And it's a 5-point game. This to make it a 4-point game, and it's good for John Preston.
7 boards also in the first half for John Preston. So not making too much of an impact in the scoring margin so far, but contributing other ways.
McFall now gets Robinson up in the air, takes a fadeaway J, and it's no good. There's another rebound for Preston. He'll find McLean Corley. Shepherd with it, down by 4, under a minute to go. Trying to get the 2 for 1 here. Should be able to get it actually no matter what, as here's a three-pointer from Cooper in the corner. It's an air ball. Rebounded by McFall. McFall. Slippery Rock with the basketball now. Here's Britt. 30-26, the Rock leads the Rams. Clifford over to Gates. Step back 3 on the way is no good, but an offensive rebound. Spin move on the baseline and lays it up and in from Ahmad Gallimore to extend the lead out to 6. Final 13 seconds of the half. Robinson crosses half court. Hewley sets a screen, pick and pop. Hewley's three-pointer, an air ball. No good. Britt over to McFall at the buzzer. I don't think he got it off in time. Was no good anyway. So at the half, our score, Shepherd trails Slippery Rock 32-26. We'll take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll have the halftime show. This is Shepherd University Rams men's basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
You've been in an accident. Why won't the insurance company pay? Because they're trying to save money at your expense. Call Mansion Ferretti for your free consultation. We have the experience to deal with the insurance company and get you the compensation you deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Welcome you back here to the Butcher Center. Our score at the half: Slippery Rock 32, Shepherd 26. Nick Verzolini alongside me is Dylan Bishop. And Dylan, we look back at that first half. Shepherd was down 8 at one point, cut it down to 6 here before halftime. We'll see if that offensive rebound there toward the end plays any sort of factor in the game. But overall, I think, a pretty solid first half for the Rams, considering Shepherd shot just 32%. Slippery Rock ended up shooting 48%, but at one point we're shooting almost 50%. And you're only down by 6 points. If you can, execute a little bit better on the offensive end, you could be winning this game.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of just really tough shots for Slippery Rock that was going in early in that first half, including from Amante Britt, who has 15 points so far. So he's been a problem, as we kind of expected him being the leading scorer on the team. But once that kind of calmed down a little bit, Shepherd was able to stick in this game. I think it's just been a tough shooting night so far. They haven't really been able to get a lot of open looks for their players. It's kind of just been a lot of ISO ball, like Dan McLean-Corley with 9 shots, only made 3 of them. He's leading the way in terms of number of shots taken and number of points as well. He's got 10. So, but he's 0-4 from three-point range. So see if they can find different ways with Slippery Rock switching on all screens. See if they find different ways to try to get some offensive production in the second half.
Yeah, we look at some of the numbers here at halftime. And we'll start with the visitors, Slippery Rock. Goings is 1 for 3 shooting. He has 2 points. Gates was 7 points on 3 of 5 shooting, along with a 3-pointer, 3 rebounds for him. 15 points for Amante Britt, who we highlighted a lot throughout that first half. 1 of 3 from 3, 6 of 10 from the floor, 2 of 3 from the charity stripe, along with 2 rebounds. McFall has 4 points on 2 of 4 shooting. Kazagu has 3 rebounds but no points. Gallimore with 4 points. And at the half for Slippery Rock, 14 of 29 shooting, 2 of 9 from 3, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. 19 rebounds compared to Shepherd's 14, and 32 points here at the half. And then for Shepherd, you're not seeing a ton of involvement from 2 of those other top 3 scorers, Dylan. John Preston has just 3 shots. Philip Jordan has just 1. So those 2 have combined to go 1 for 4 from the floor for a total of 5 points. I think obviously Shepherd would like to see a little bit more production out of them and to try to get them more looks from the floor. I mean, Jordan only played 7 minutes in that first half. He does have 2 personal fouls, so that definitely plays a factor in it.
Yeah. That's interesting to note there. And also another interesting note to me is that the Rams at halftime only have 2 assists, although Slippery Rock also only has 2 assists. That tells me there's a lot of ISO ball going on from both sides, and we've seen it from Slippery Rock with their tough shot making. But Shepherd hasn't really been able to get that same kind of thing going on their end, with DC only, not at 100%. Coming off of last year, kind of still trying to get back into the rhythm of things. They're putting a lot of pressure on him to try to make a lot of these tough shots. Need to try to figure out how to get Philip Jordan, John Preston involved in the second half, try to get them some points, because they have been really good this year when it comes to scoring the ball. So we'll see if they can get things going in half number 2.
We will see, as Preston has 5 points but 8 rebounds to go along with those 5 points.
Yeah.
Hewley, 5 points, just 1 rebound. 10 points for McLean-Corley. Poffenberger with 3 points here at the half. And Stephon Marcel with also 3 points. Shepherd is 8 for 25 shooting, 4 of 12 from 3-point. 6 for 6 from the line. 14 rebounds for the Rams. And as you mentioned, Dylan, just 2 assists, but only 4 turnovers and only 5 turnovers for Slippery Rock. So it's been a pretty clean game here at the half. But we'll take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll send it back to the studio for Colin McLaughlin, who will have your scoreboard update. This is Shepherd University Rams men's basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. We're back in 2 minutes with Colin on the other side of this break.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
WVU Medicine is pleased to introduce 8 new providers at Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers and University Healthcare Physicians. Dr. Munib Malik, Nephrology. Neonatal Nurse Practitioner Antonia Montag. Dr. Janice McMillan, Endocrinology. Nurse Practitioner Kimberly Applegate, Infectious Disease. Nurse Practitioner Saba Ademe, Hospitalist. Certified Nurse Midwife Brianna Lilly. Physician's Assistant Skylar Sade, Family Medicine. Dr. Kelly Ash, Family Medicine OB. WVU Medicine, growing to meet the needs of our community.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back and forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
Welcome into the TV10 and 1 halftime scoreboard show. It is Slippery Rock currently on top of your Shepherd University Rams at the half by a score of 32-26. I'm Colin McLaughlin for TV10 and WR and RTV on YouTube. Let's now quickly get you some final scores from women's action earlier today, starting with Shepherd. They lost to Slippery Rock 73-57. Millersville got an 82-70 win over Edinburgh. IUP got an 82-72 win against Mansfield. Pitt Johnstown beat Bloomsburg 54-50. Shippensburg got a big win against California University of Pennsylvania 76-57. East Stroudsburg got a 62-50 win over Clarion. Lockhaven beat Seton Hill 75-60. Kutztown upsets Gannon 55-54, final score in that one, and Westchester gets the 79-67 win over Mercyhurst. Scores from the men's side of things in the PSAC right now: Millersville up 27-18 in the first half with 2 minutes to go. Shippensburg trails Cal U 38-34 at the half. As I can double check here and see if IUP Mansfield has gotten underway. I don't see a score yet, so I'll move on to Westchester Mercyhurst. Westchester leads 44-39 at the half. 2 minutes to go until halftime. It is Gannon leading Kutztown 35-30 at the half as well. It's East Stroudsburg dominating Clarion 41-16. And last but not least, at the half, it is Seton Hill leading Lockhaven 34-26. Let's now step aside, take another 2-minute break, and when we come back, it'll be time for the second half between Slippery Rock and Shepherd. And the score right now, the Rock leads the Rams 32-26.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
You've been in an accident. Why won't the insurance company pay? Because they're trying to save money at your expense. Call Mansion Ferretti for your free consultation. We have the experience to deal with the insurance company and get you the compensation you deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
We welcome you back to the Butcher Center on the campus of Shepherd University in Shepherdstown, West Virginia. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop. Our score at the half, Slippery Rock 32, Shepherd 26. And Dylan, competitive first half of basketball between these two teams. What does Shepherd need to do better to find a way to win? We kind of touched on it at halftime, and then how does Slippery Rock kind of hold them off, do you think?
I think Slippery Rock is, their offensive game plan to an extent has worked, but it has been them, making some tough shots that they'll probably have to, not quite try to rely on as much in the second half. For Shepherd, I would say that, like we said, you got to try to get Philip Jordan and John Preston going. Take a little bit of the load off of Dan McLean-Corley in the second half, because a lot of it's been on his shoulders, a lot of ISO ball, pick and roll game. Try to get some other stuff going with Jordan and Preston, especially see if Aiden Hewley can get some shots down low. If they do switch those screens and he gets a guard switched onto him down low, see what you can do there. And then just keep doing what you're doing on defense, I think, for the most part, because like we saw, for about the first 10 minutes of this game, the Rock was hitting all these crazy shots, but they didn't quite start to go. If we were going by quarters instead of halves, I believe that the second quarter field goal percentage for Slippery Rock would be a lot lower than the 70% it was for about the first 10 minutes of the game.
Well, yes, that'd be accurate, because they shot 70% for the first 10 minutes or so and finished only shooting 48%. So yep. Shepherd did a good job toward the end of that first half. But really, though, like you said, I feel like the defense wasn't ever necessarily an issue. It was just good shots made by Slippery Rock, and sometimes that happens, but eventually teams are going to cool down to an extent. So we'll see if Shepherd can maybe heat up to begin this second half. As Philip Jordan will bring it across, he did have 2 personal fouls in that first half, so limited him to just 7 minutes of playing time. Here's Poffenberger with the slip on the screen, but he can't finish the layup.
That was the perfect strategy, though. If they're going to switch those screens, slip the screen, and there won't be anyone there.
Yep, did everything but made the shot. Great execution, though, by Shepherd. Now here's a pull-up and a knockdown for Goings. Extend the lead out to 8 for Slippery Rock at 34-26. Poffenberger now with the basketball. Hewley over to Jordan, who might have had Hewley on the roll. McLean-Corley now draws a double team, and great recovery by Goings to get back there and intercept that pass.
Yeah, just a little late on the pass there.
Clifford back to Goings, who will hand it off. And Slippery Rock will work with the basketball. Britt. Shot no good there for Shepherd. Philip Jordan in transition. Jordan to Preston. Preston drives in, kicks it out. McLean-Corley, extra pass to Hewley for 3, and he knocks it down. Great extra pass by Daniel McLean-Corley. Makes it a 5-point deficit.
That's great stuff right there. Good ball movement, trying to find the most open guy. Turning a good shot into a great shot.
Britt Inver to Gates. Gates, good move. And a two-handed slam for Gates.
Man.
36-29, Rock on top. Poffenberger trying to post up on Gates. Carson Poffenberger has it stripped. Goes up strong and finishes through contact. Send Poffenberger to the line, 36-31. Our score with 17:54 to go in the second half.
We're already starting to get some guys going in this second half that didn't do much in that first one. And Poffenberger only took one shot, and it was a made three in half number one.
Now an opportunity for a three-point play for Carson Poffenberger. And he knocks down the free throw. He'll check out. Michael Cooper will check in. Poffenberger with his 7th made free throw of the season, now 7 for 11 on the year. So 4-point game at 36-32. Slippery Rock still on top with 17:50 to go in the second half. Goings, Lindsley, pumps once. Drives in with the tough hook shot. No good. Rebounded by John Preston. Preston over to Jordan. Thought about the three. Hewley had an open look. Still has it, and he takes it on the hesitation and air balls. I think if he takes that shot initially, it's a better looking shot there for Hewley.
Definitely, yeah. That hesitation can throw off your balance, your fundamentals, your technique there.
I don't think he realized that he was going to be left that wide open, especially after knocking one down earlier. Here's a foul called on Cooper as Britt attacked the rim, and they'll throw it out or throw it in from in front of their own bench here. 4-point game, 36-32, 17:15 to go in the second half of play. Britt off the Lindsay screen. Clifford down low to Gates. He'll turn and face against Preston. Gates, good hands by John Preston to knock it away. Here's Jordan now. Behind the back dribble. Hewley slips the screen and a whistle, and
I'm not sure.
Away from the ball, foul on, I think it was on Clifford. Thought for a second they were going to call Aiden Hewley for a foul, and I was like, he didn't even contact.
I don't think the shot clock reset there.
Okay.
Because it went off as if it was at 0.
I did hear that, but I thought for a second that he had pointed at something, but maybe he was saying put 20 on the shot clock.
Yeah.
Here's a pull-up three for Phillip Jordan. That's a two-pointer, actually. It was a women's three. But he knocks it down, 36-34.
There we go. Now starting to get things together. This looks like a more cohesive offense for the Rams this half.
Clifford with a three-pointer. That hurts. Extends the lead back out to 5 at 39-34. Bobby Clifford with a tough three-pointer. Preston pumps, drives baseline, goes up strong against Gates and finishes. Preston not necessarily known for his off-the-dribble ability, but gets it to the rack there and finishes over the tough Gates.
He's strong. He can go up to the rack strong as well.
Going step back three on the way. Good contest by McLean Corley. Hewley grabs the rebound. Shepard now working in transition. Preston to the rim. Over to Cooper. Extra pass. Phillip Jordan. He'll attack. Find McLean Corley, who drives in. Two-handed slam dunk, but a foul called before the shot. It's an offensive foul, I believe, on McLean Corley.
Yeah, it looked like he got an elbow up in the face of the Rock defender there.
Foul called. We have the under 16 media timeout. Let's take a 30-second break. This is Shepherd University Rams basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
It's the excitement of NCAA Division II football on TV 10 featuring the Shepherd University Rams.
We'll hand to Ronnie Brown. Ronnie Brown with a big hole. Ronnie Brown into New Haven territory. Nobody's going to catch Ronnie. Touchdown, Shepherd.
Join us this Saturday, December 3rd, for a PSAC championship rematch as the Shepherd University Rams travel to IUP for the regional championship game. Kickoff is set for 1 p.m. with pregame coverage beginning at 12:30 on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Back here to the Butcher Center. Shepherd trails Slippery Rock 39-36. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop. Spencer Dupuis along with Braden Schaffner on camera. Back in the studio is Colin McLaughlin. The Rams trail by 3 here. And Dylan, the momentum seems like it's gone in Shepherd's favor to start this second half. Been a pretty good start.
Yeah, it's been a pretty completely different offensive game plan so far in these first 4 minutes and change. We saw a lot of ISO through McLean Corley in half number 1, but it's been a lot of ball movement here in the second half, working more through Phillip Jordan and John Preston, getting guys like Hewley and Poffenberger some touches, and it's looked good so far.
So the foul goes on Slippery Rock as it goes on Goings, who had grabbed McLean Corley, and then we did kind of see an elbow, but I think the elbow came up after he was already held.
Yeah.
Took away the dunk, but McLean Corley now kicks it out to Phillip Jordan. And Jordan trying to split the defense. Fade away from the elbow is good. It's a 1-point game, Dylan.
There we go. That's the kind of stuff we didn't see in the first half. Try to get PJ going.
Tough shot. Britt now with the basketball for Slippery Rock. The fall comes off of the off-ball screen from Lindsay. Britt goes hard to the rim and finishes over Aiden Hewley.
That's tough again. Man. Slippery Rock's fighting for every point.
Preston now over to McLean Corley. Phillip Jordan. Step back and turnover. Goes through the hands of Daniel McLean Corley. 38-41. Slippery Rock leading by 3.
It looked like PJ was trying to get that ball to John.
Kind of threw it in between 2 guys there.
Yeah. Or I should say he was trying to get it to Dan.
Okay.
And he thought it was going to John. Dan did.
Right.
So, some miscommunication.
Clifford to the rim is blocked by Preston. Shepherd has numbers. Phillip Jordan in transition. Finds Hewley underneath. He's all by himself, and he misses it.
Man, if he spins left instead of right.
Gates with some thunder behind that dunk. Oh my goodness. 43-38 our score. Whew.
Man, oh man.
The highlights are coming out here in this second half. Jordan, a tough shot, no good. Hewley grabs the rebound, finds McLean Corley, who has it knocked away by Clifford.
That's a good strip by Clifford.
Britt now. Over to Clifford. Bobby Clifford gets Cooper up in the air, and he splits the D, but he's blocked by McLean Corley. McLean Corley with the swat. Jordan in transition. Phillip Jordan to the rim, and he'll finish. 43-40 our score.
These teams are playing a lot faster in the second half, too. Less trap defense from Slippery Rock. All-around team performance from the Rams here. Pace is picking up.
Britt to the rim. He is blocked by McLean Corley again. And now Poffenberger and Robinson run on for Hewley and Cooper.
I think it's a better lineup out here for what they want to do.
Inbound to Gates. Gates drives baseline against Preston, who stands strong in there, and Robinson comes up with the steal.
Just an errant pass there.
Robinson to Jordan. Three-pointer on the way. Just short. No good. Rebounded by Preston, though. Preston goes up strong, finishes through contact, and he'll head to the line. 43-42. Preston headed to the line to try to tie.
Big, strong body on John Preston. Able to fight through contact and get that one to fall. This is what we needed from the Rams in this half.
John Preston has been really good in the second half. He's going up against the taller Khalid Gates, who stands at 6'7", 215 pounds. And that 215 is all muscle right there, and he's D'ing up. And then Preston, who's only 6'3" and under 200 pounds, I do believe. Yeah, or just at 205, 6'3". I mean, he's definitely not a small guy there, but
absolutely, he's got himself
going up against a 6'7" guy, and he's bodying him up down low.
He's got himself up to 10 points now after only having 3 in the first half.
Great defense. McLean Corley gets the strip. We're tied at 43. Shepherd with the basketball. 12:44 to go. A lot of time left in this ball game. McLean Corley loses it though. Gets a steal and then gets a turnover. So not what you want there, Coach Namlick. A little bit of frustration after that, but Shepherd has battled back to tie this game at 43. The Rams trailed at halftime, but are right back in it. 32-26 at the half. Double team comes down low. Gates throws it up and gets fouled. So he'll head to the line. No good on the shot.
I mean, I didn't see a lot of contact there. Gerard Robinson went straight up.
Sometimes you get those with him going to the ground.
Yeah.
It was called on Preston, who was in front. Robinson was behind. Gates on the year. Shoots pretty good from the line as well. It's 16 of 21 entering tonight's contest. He knocks that one down to give Slippery Rock the 1-point advantage. Hewley will come in for Preston. Don't expect it to be too long, though, the way John Preston has played in this second half for Shepherd. With the under-12 media timeout coming up. He did pick up only his first foul, so Hewley in the ball game now, and now Gates will check out.
Yeah, John's played 34 minutes a game so far this year, so that means based on that, you really only expect him to sit for 3 minutes per half.
Jordan quickly back the other way for Shepherd. 25 on the shot clock. Poffenberger top of the key. Over to McLean Corley. Back to Hewley. Jordan. Down low, they'll post up Aiden Hewley. He'll go to work and finish with the left hand. Good move by Aiden Hewley to tie this game back up at 45 with 11:53 to go. Shepherd has battled undefeated Slippery Rock here at home.
Hewley's got a really big, strong frame. He comes in listed at 6'6", 240 pounds. And he can really do work down low.
Robinson over to Hewley. Jordan faces a double team. He gets the foul called. On the other side, it was just Britt rising up and making another tough shot. We got the under-12 media timeout. Shepherd trails 47-45. Good ball game between the Rams and the Rock. We'll take a 30-second break. This is Shepherd men's basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
It's the excitement of NCAA Division II football on TV 10 featuring the Shepherd University Rams.
We'll hand to Ronnie Brown. Ronnie Brown with a big hole. Ronnie Brown into New Haven territory. Nobody's going to catch Ronnie. Touchdown, Shepherd.
Join us this Saturday, December 3rd, for a PSAC championship rematch as the Shepherd University Rams travel to IUP for the regional championship game. Kickoff is set for 1 p.m. with pregame coverage beginning at 12:30 on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
You back to the Butcher Center. Slippery Rock leads Shepherd 47-45. Good game here, Dylan. Nick Verzolini alongside me is Dylan Bishop. And Shepherd trying to pull off an upset against 5-0 Slippery Rock and get the first win of PSAC play in their first game of PSAC play. So, I mean, while it is very early in the year, if you want to kind of set the tone for the conference season for Shepherd, a win here tonight would do that, and a team that's looking to make vast improvements from last year after a 12-17 year for the Rams.
Right, yeah, and I think it's been on the back of some better team play in the second half. We see McLean Corley was carrying the load in the first half, and he's yet to take a shot in half number 2.
Jordan with the basketball. Shepherd keeps that same lineup out there out of the media timeout. Robinson with it now. Back to Jordan. Poffenberger trying to find Hewley down low, but decides to reset to McLean Corley. McLean Corley step back 3 on the way is good. That gives Shepherd the lead at 48-47. I think for the first time tonight, Shepherd has the lead.
And that's ice cold from Dan McLean Corley.
There's Griggs now in the ball game. He'll come off a screen, work his way in, and throw it to nobody. Turnover for the Rock. Preston checking back in for McLean Corley, who will get a quick rest after making that huge three-pointer to put Shepherd up at 48-47. 10:45 to go in this ball game. Great one here in the Butcher Center so far. Poffenberger with the basketball, works it over to Robinson. Hewley dribble handoff of Phillip Jordan. Jordan falls down, finds Robinson for 3. It's short, no good. Rebounded by the Rock. They'll push quickly back the other way. Goes Gallimore, who will reset to Griggs. Now Goings. Goings pulls up for 3 and buries it.
Oh, that's tough. They went under the screen there, or over the screen, I should say. Left him open, gave him some space.
So that puts the Rock back up by 2 at 50-48. Jordan and Namalik calling a 30-second timeout for Shepherd. 9:54 to go in this ball game. Dylan, let's keep it here. Good game between these two teams going back and forth. And there, you have that three-pointer on kind of a misplayed screen by Shepherd, which allowed Goings to open up, and he makes a pay.
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable. You got to choose one or the other, whether you're going under or over the screen. I mean, Goings is only shooting 27% from 3 so far this year coming into this game. So you feel like if it's not Amonte Britt, you can kind of give guys most of the room. You can go over those screens, give them some space from 3, but that was a tough shot to knock down there.
Yeah, it was definitely a tough shot. 50-48 our score. Shepherd trying to continue this comeback. Took the lead there for a little bit, but the Rock back in the lead, so should be an exciting final 9 minutes, 54 seconds. Again, tomorrow on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube, we'll have Shepherd Rams football. It's a Shepherd Friday, Saturday, as we had the women's game earlier and the men's game currently. And, of course, the Rams are at IUP tomorrow for the Super Region 1 championship game. Looking forward to that one, a rematch of the PSAC championship between Shepherd and IUP. So, Dylan, I'm sure you're excited as well.
Absolutely. I'd be at the game even if I wasn't working the game. I'd absolutely go up there like I did last year for Kutztown before I worked at TV10. I was right up there in the stands.
That was a great game as well, so I'm hoping for another great game tomorrow. And we'll see if the Rams can get the win. Robinson with the basketball here for Shepherd. Over to Poffenberger. Finds Cooper. Hewley now with the basketball. Shepherd with 7 on the shot clock. A long 3 for Robinson is no good off the back iron. Rebounded by Griggs. He'll go coast to coast. Now slow things back down.
Interesting lineup out here for the Rams right now. No Phillip Jordan, no Dan McLean Corley.
Maybe coach trying to get away with it here before that under 8 media timeout. See if you can get those guys fresh as McLean Corley heads to the table now. I'm sure Phillip Jordan isn't far behind for these final 8 minutes, where they're probably going to be in the game, presuming this one stays close. Great defense from Preston. Forces a jump ball. Possession arrow going toward Slippery Rock.
And there you go, Philip Jordan walking onto the court as well.
Yep, and Poffenberger and Robinson check out. So now they'll kind of get some rest because they've obviously played a big role. But Cooper trying to play some big minutes here down the stretch to keep those starters and key role players ready to go. As here's off the inbound, a great shot. Griggs gets the rebound and a foul called this time on Preston. That's number 2 on him. Big offensive rebound there, Dylan.
Oh, absolutely. You got to box out. That's the one thing that can kill you after some great defense, is giving that second chance opportunity.
Griggs goes to the rim. Poffenberger, good defense, but there's another offensive opportunity. But Goings grabbing the rebound, putting it back in, and getting fouled. Extend the lead out to 4, and now a free throw to make it 5. He's able to get it to go.
Right on cue. You play good defense for that first shot, but then you give up the offensive board, and you get into trouble.
So Goings going to the free throw line, leading by 4 is Slippery Rock, and that will make it a 5-point game. Poffenberger checks right back in for Cooper. So not a very long stint on the bench. 53-48, 8:46 to go in this contest. The Rock leads Shepherd. McLean Corley over to Philip Jordan. Double team comes back to McLean Corley. He'll dribble in with the left hand. Attack the rim. Preston with the power dribble. He'll get fouled. He'll go up to the line. Not converting the free throw. 53-48. Preston back to the line.
That was really good patience by McLean Corley on that one. He saw he had the open lane, but he didn't go full speed ahead, risking one of the Slippery Rock players potentially coming in and slide in for a charge. They made the right pass.
Free throws up and good for Preston.
Now, Preston a few years ago had a few more inconsistencies in his game. I think he tried to put the team on his back a little too much with shot selection, but he's really turned into a good disciplined player as the years have gone on. And I think it's something that doesn't get talked about a whole lot with Coach Namalik is the year-to-year improvement players show. It's if you watch a guy grow from a freshman to a senior, a lot of guys have super noticeable improvements in a lot of different ways.
Here's a 3 from McFall. It's no good, and it heads out of bounds. So it'll be Shepherd basketball, 53-50. Slippery Rock leads Shepherd. These two teams did not play last season, as in the PSAC, you don't actually play every team in your conference in basketball, which is kind of different than you're used to.
Yes, I noted on the women's broadcast that former Shepherd Ram, now Cal PA Vulcan Jordan Smith will not play against the Rams unless they play in the tournament.
Here's a drive to the rim by McLean Corley. Poffenberger tries a three-pointer. It's in and out, no good. Jordan tips it away and it heads out of bounds. Under 8 media timeout. So we'll take a 30-second break. This is Shepherd University Rams men's basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. We're back after this.
It's the excitement of NCAA Division II football on TV 10 featuring the Shepherd University Rams.
We'll hand to Ronnie Brown. Ronnie Brown with a big hole. Ronnie Brown into New Haven territory. Nobody's going to catch Ronnie. Touchdown, Shepherd.
Join us this Saturday, December 3rd, for a PSAC championship rematch as the Shepherd University Rams travel to IUP for the regional championship game. Kickoff is set for 1 p.m. with pregame coverage beginning at 12:30 on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Back to the Butcher Center. Shepherd trails Slippery Rock 53-50. Under 8 media timeout currently going on. So right before the break, Dylan and I were talking about how in the PSAC, not every team plays each other in men's or women's basketball, and that's not a typical thing in basketball. Typically, conferences, they play each other at least once, if not twice a year, but a little bit different in the PSAC. So Shepherd did not face the Rock a year ago, but did face them in 2019. The two teams split the season series, and that's the all-time record. Those are the only two times that Shepherd has played the Rock.
Of course, Shepherd being the newest member of the PSAC. Pretty recent addition. 2019 being that first year.
53-50 our score. Good game here. Under 8 minutes to go in the contest. The Rock leads Shepherd. McFall with the basketball. Over to Goings. Goings pulls up from the free throw line, extended, and can't get the shot to go. Philip Jordan grabs the rebound for Shepherd. Jordan over to Preston, down low to Hewley, and there's a foul call.
Goins just tried to wrap around Hewley there to try to steal that entry pass. Hewley had too good a position to let him do it without committing a foul.
McLean Corley now to inbound the ball. Over to Preston. Preston back to Hewley. Poffenberger now. Hewley cuts in. Able to throw it off a defender and keep the possession alive for Shepherd.
It's a good pass by Poffenberger there to try to get it into the cutting Hewley. Just lost it there.
McLean Corley turns it over.
Oh, I thought he had Preston open there.
McFall now in transition. Good D from Poffenberger, but he's going to be called for a foul. So that will send McFall to the free throw line.
They just haven't been able to quite sustain a run, a big-time run, to be able to cut away at this lead enough to get that lead back or tie it up for sustained amounts of time.
Really, since Shepherd has taken the lead, though, it has been kind of back and forth, but haven't been able to get that lead back, like you said. McFall to the line here. Gets it to go. And for the most part, until Shepherd did take the lead there earlier in the second half, Slippery Rocks kind of kept it at 4 or 5 points at the lowest. This one's no good, though, on the second free throw, so that's a big miss here down the stretch. Going up on 7 minutes to play. Slippery Rock leads by 4 at 54-50 over Shepherd. McLean Corley. Poffenberger finds Hewley on a great cut, but he couldn't hold on to the basketball, and it's a turnover, back-to-back turnovers now for Shepherd.
That's tough, man. That turnover battle, with a game that's close down the stretch, you got to make the most of every single possession that you have.
So Britt now to the rim, throws it up and no good on the shot. Preston grabs another rebound. Jordan going quickly over to Poffenberger in the corner. He'll pump once, find Hewley down low, who will go to work against Gates, and he is swatted away, and now a frustration foul on Aiden Hewley.
Yeah, you got to be careful there. That's always the worst spot to commit a foul right after a turnover or a miss.
That's number 7 as well, so we'll shoot 1-1 for Slippery Rock.
That's a long way to go with every foul being free throws, 6.5 minutes.
Now the good thing is it's the same situation on the Shepherd side because Slippery Rock does have 6 fouls.
Yep.
The 1-1 from Lindsay is good. Extends the lead out to 5 now, 55-50. I wonder if Coach Namalik wants to think about taking a timeout here. It seems like Shepherd's kind of lost a little bit of its balance offensively.
Yeah, and they've got their starting lineup out there, so
they only have 2 left, so maybe trying to hold off on that, but just something to think about maybe. Jordan here, dribbling in between his legs, attacks the basket, goes hard to the rim and draws the foul.
That's good work by Jordan there. Just using that quickness, making some moves here, and eventually just kind of knife his way inside until he can draw a foul. He can't get the easy shot from the field goal side of things. You can at least try to get yourself to the free throw line.
Jordan will shoot 2 and misses the first. 56-50. Shepherd's been stuck on 50 for what feels like 2 minutes or so.
Right, and that's a rare miss from the free throw line for Philip Jordan. He's been averaging 5 free throws a game and shooting 84%.
56-51 as Jordan gets it down to 5.
That was only his 5th missed free throw of the year.
High post Gates will turn in face against Hewley. Drives straight into the lane and converts and gets the foul as well. Gates is a problem down low for Shepherd. Really, their best matchup has been John Preston, but I don't think they want Preston to get in foul trouble, so they're trying to use a lot of different guys on him. Poffenberger checks out. Robinson checks in. Hewley just picked up number 4.
That's tough. Aiden Hewley.
Unless that's a misprint because it's saying 32 picked up or 33. Poffenberger picked up number 4. Excuse me, that one wasn't called on Hewley, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Why Poffenberger checked out.
Yeah, that's tough. So don't have your starting lineup out there like you want to have it down the stretch for now.
Do have Robinson, who's played well here tonight. Philip Jordan over to Robinson. Back to Jordan, who tries the three-pointer, and it's no good from the left wing. Rebounded by McFall. 8-point ball game. Seems like things have kind of slipped away from Shepherd over these last few minutes. Rams took the lead at 48-46 and only scored 3 points since then. There's a long 3 from Clifford, no good. Rebounded by Philip Jordan. Rams trying to get back into the groove offensively. Robinson over to Preston. Now back to Jordan. Hewley comes off the screen, catches down low, goes to work and finishes.
Good pass down low.
Makes it 59-53. I think he's going to develop into a solid player for Shepherd. Kind of reminds me of Kyle Daggett in a lot of ways, I think.
Absolutely.
A big man, but can stretch the floor and do a lot of different things.
Yeah, he gave you some of that production last year, and he's starting and stepping into more minutes and a bigger role this year. He's continued to be a guy who can score down in the paint.
Gates dribbles it off his foot. Philip Jordan picks it up for the Rams, and a foul called on Clifford. That's number 8. Shepherd will shoot 1-1 with Jordan headed to the line, down by 6 at 59-53.
And there you go. And PJ and McLean Corley are the two guys that you want going to the line in one-on-one situations as well.
4:36 to go. Have the under 4 media timeout. Coach Namlick still has 2 in his pocket as well, and that one's good for Jordan to make it a 5-point game. Slippery Rock has 3 timeouts remaining. Second one, good as well for Philip Jordan. 59-55. Shepherd's cut it back to a 4-point game. 4.5 minutes to go in this contest. Britt brings it across the timeline for the Rock. Over to McFall. Comes off the Gates screen. McFall to the rim. Throws it up and finishes through contact. Foul called. I believe it's going to go against John Preston. It will. A blocking foul there underneath. The 3rd on Preston.
The Rock's done a good job of sliding in to the paint.
Slipping in?
You could say slipping into the paint, yes. And getting those shots, but just a couple and one situations been tough.
McFall converts the and one. I think one thing that's impressive about Slippery Rock, and we talk about these and ones, their ability to have those finesse finishes on the tough contact that's really hurt Shepherd on a few of these conversions there.
Right.
Here's Cooper going hard to the rim. He'll finish and get fouled and head to the line. Michael Cooper, the freshman, comes in and puts in the work to get to the line.
So Michael Cooper came into this game having only played 5 minutes this entire season in the first 5 games of the year.
And he started tonight.
Yeah, he sure did.
For only 20 seconds, right, but he did
out,
start.
Checked out within the first minute, but that's a way to get a get a guy some confidence.
Knocks down that free throw. 62-58. That is the third foul on Gates. 4 minutes to go in this ball game. Still a lot of time left. And Shepherd trails by 4 against undefeated Slippery Rock. Britt, a three-pointer, an air ball. But Cooper gets a rebound and puts it back up and in. Timeout taken by the Rock. We will step aside for 30 seconds. This is Shepherd University Rams men's basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
It's the excitement of NCAA Division II football on TV 10 featuring the Shepherd University Rams.
We'll hand to Ronnie Brown. Ronnie Brown with a big hole. Ronnie Brown into New Haven territory. Nobody's going to catch Ronnie. Touchdown, Shepherd.
Join us this Saturday, December 3rd, for a PSAC championship rematch as the Shepherd University Rams travel to IUP for the regional championship game. Kickoff is set for 1 p.m. with pregame coverage beginning at 12:30 on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
We welcome you back. An offensive rebound hurting the Rams on that last possession to extend this lead for Slippery Rock, 64-58, 3:54 to go in this contest. This timeout extended to a minute due to it being both a media and a regular timeout taken by the Rock. Dylan, Shepherd has gotten it down to 4 several times, but then can't get these stops on these last few possessions.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to sustain it on both sides of the court for quite long enough to be able to cut into the lead, make a big-time run. It's been back and forth, with just a little bit of, Slippery Rock making this 1 or 2 extra baskets here or there, keep this lead around 4, 5, 6 points.
So Shepherd will have possession out of the timeout. Rams trail 64-58. John Preston will inbound for the Rams, and now Philip Jordan brings it across for Shepherd. Jordan off the pick and pop with Preston. With Cooper, down low Hewley. He gets fouled by Gates. That's number 4 on Gates.
That would be a big loss for them.
3:39 to go. We'll see. They are going to, I believe, put Lindsey in for Gates here.
And Gates has 16 points in this game.
Hewley makes the free throw. That will be Gates headed to the bench. Lindsey checks back in.
And Gates averaging almost 16 points a game this year. Number 3 scorer.
And he's just been a real tough interior presence for Shepherd to deal with. John Preston with a great offensive rebound on the miss.
There we go. That's his 13th rebound of the game. He's got himself a double-double.
McLean Corley pulls up and knocks down the elbow J. So Shepherd converts on the offensive rebound. It's a 3-point game at 64-61. Crowd chanting defense for Shepherd. Britt with the basketball. Off the Lindsey screen, pulls up from the free throw line and gets the friendly roll.
I said it during the women's game. The Butcher Center has some of the softest rims you'll ever see.
McLean Corley off a screen from Preston. Over to Hewley. Back to Philip Jordan. Now back to Aiden Hewley. 6 on the shot clock, and Cooper stepped out of bounds.
That's a tough thing right there, man.
2:38 to go.
Aware of your surroundings.
The smaller lineup for the Rock compared to some of their others. We don't see Poffenberger check back in, and now McLean Corley fouls McFall, and he converts the and one.
That goes back to what we saw in about the first 10 minutes of this game, where Slippery Rock was making every kind of tough shot that they were taking, shooting about 70% from the field the first part of that game.
And Dylan, it goes from a 3-point game just a few moments ago to a 7-point game.
Yeah, Yep, just like that.
And this could be an 8-point game here if McFall can convert on the free throw. And it is up, and it is good. So 8-point game here at 69-61 with 2:27 to go in this game. Still a lot of time left, but Shepherd's going to have to get some stops defensively and obviously convert offensively as well. Jordan to the rim. He'll finish. Lays it up off the glass. 6-point game. 2-possession ball game for the Rams. 2:10 to go in the contest. Britt and this kind of slower pace Slippery Rock offense comes off the screen. Britt pulls up and gets another friendly bounce on that one. He just makes it look really easy.
He does.
It doesn't even seem like he almost glides his way to the basket and pull up on those jumpers.
They were slowing him down for a while, too.
Jordan answers with a clutch three. Can they get a 5-point game, 1:41 to go. Shepherd burns a timeout. We'll take a 30-second break. 71-66. The Rock leads the Rams. 1:41 to go. We're back at 30.
It's the excitement of NCAA Division II football on TV 10 featuring the Shepherd University Rams.
We'll hand to Ronnie Brown. Ronnie Brown with a big hole. Ronnie Brown into New Haven territory. Nobody's going to catch Ronnie. Touchdown, Shepherd.
Join us this Saturday, December 3rd, for a PSAC championship rematch as the Shepherd University Rams travel to IUP for the regional championship game. Kickoff is set for 1 p.m. with pregame coverage beginning at 12:30 on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
We welcome you back to the Butcher Center. Nick Verzolini, along beside me is Dylan Bishop. Spencer Dupuis, our cameraman, along with Braden Schaffner. And Colin McLaughlin back in the studio. It is Slippery Rock 71, Shepherd 66, 1:41 to go in the contest after the Phillip Jordan three-pointer in the Shepherd timeout. It's the Rock basketball, and Britt has been really good down the stretch here for Slippery Rock. We'll see if Amante Britt can finish and be this closer for the Rocker, if the Rams can get a great comeback. And there's Britt high off the glass and in and out. Cooper grabs the rebound. Preston quickly in transition for Shepherd. Jordan thought about a three, pump fakes. Phillip Jordan drawing the defense. 15 on the shot clock. Kick out to Cooper. Three-pointer from the freshman from the corner is no good. Rebounded by Lindsay. Under a minute to go now. Double team coming. John Preston takes it away. Preston in transition. Goes up strong with the layup. No good. Shepherd with two huge missed opportunities. A corner three from Cooper. That was pretty good look. And then a Preston layup on a steal. Great, though, transition defense by Slippery Rock to even get a contest on that.
It was.
And now wide open is McFall, and he'll throw it down. That's the exclamation point to make it a 7-point game. Man, Shepherd had an unbelievable opportunity. Jordan pulls up for three. No good. Britt grabs the rebound. Shepherd forced the foul with 30 seconds to go. It was an excellent play by John Preston, but
yeah, it's just kind of been the story of the game. You get a few good possessions in a row, get yourself back within a possession or two, and then Slippery Rock's able to answer. Just never been able to really get this game back within 3 points or less for very long.
Free throws up and good for Monte Britt, who's been the closer here down the stretch for the Rock. 74-66 our score. 30.3 seconds to go. Second one for Britt is good as well. Both teams at 10 team fouls. Clifford checks out. Checking back in is Goings. McLean Corley will bring it across for the Rams. Clayton Corley, step back three on the way. He buried it.
Wow.
And all of a sudden, it's still just a 5-point game with 21 and a half seconds. Shepherd will call a timeout. So it's not quite over yet, Dylan. It's going to take, obviously some missed free throws here. But Shepherd has made it a two-possession ball game with 21 and a half seconds. That's 74-69.
Yeah, if you can start pressing full court, try to get a turnover, it'll make it easier on you.
Yeah, turnover, you can make it a 3 or 2-point game if you're able to get a steal. So that's really huge because relying on missed free throws at this level, usually you don't see that work out too well for you, but it can.
Yeah.
Crazier things have happened.
Yeah, especially in double bonus now for both teams.
That's true.
Two shots at the free throw line each time down. You try to find the guys in the slippery rock lineup that don't shoot very well from the floor, but those guys are kind of hard to find. There's 5 leading scorers for the season, all shoot above 70% from the free throw line.
Yeah, and all the guys that are on the floor are going to be above 70% as well. So
they don't have a lot of guys that don't shoot over that. They don't have any. They have one. It's Bobby Clifford, but it's because he's 1 for 2 on the season coming into this game from the free throw line.
Yeah, and 1 for 2 is pretty good.
Yeah.
But it is a 50%. So
yeah, it's a small sample size.
It is very much a small sample size. So off the inbound, McFall. Shepherd's got a foul. Here they'll send Gallimore to the line. And he's 7 of 10 on the year. So not a whole lot of attempts. Small sample size goes both ways in some ways.
I mean, I'd say that's one of the players that you would most want to have at the free throw line. He's only 38% from the course. Yeah, that's what I mean. He's shooting 38% from the line, or from the field, 33% from 3.
And he missed that one.
And there you go. Yeah.
So Dylan, you knew, and Shepherd knew. Trying to get Clifford into the game. Second one is up and good. Goings will check out. Clifford will check in. Scoreboard gave the point to the wrong team there, but it is 75-69 now with 19 seconds. Still a two-possession game. Shepherd needs 2 threes. And they'll have to reset the clock as they're having some issues now with the scoreboard. Currently reads 69-1 Shepherd. That is not our score.
Right, yeah, after that, after they accidentally put that first free throw up on the board for Shepherd, they tried to adjust it back, and yes, one thing led to another. It was a snowball effect.
That'd be awesome if it was 69-1 Shepherd, but it is not.
That'd be pretty impressive.
Now it's 69-8 according to them, but Philip Jordan here gets fouled, so he'll shoot 2, and not the end of the world there if you're the Rock.
Right,
13 and a half seconds.
Yeah, you don't really mind trading free throws at the end of this game, even if the only thing it does it prolongs your potential win, I suppose. But you're willing to go two for 2 this entire way, a couple seconds at a time, seeing as you're leading by 6 points.
75-69. They did go 1 for 2 on that last trip. So 75-69 is our score. Philip Jordan is at the free throw line for Shepherd. And there we go. It's now correct on the scoreboard as well. Jordan's free throw is up and good. Makes it a 5-point game at 75-70. Gates will check back in. That 4th foul so far hasn't played a factor. Jordan takes 1 dribble, lines up the next free throw, and knocks it down as well. So 4-point game now, 75-71. Cooper will come in for defense, trade offense for defense for Shepherd. They'll throw it deep down the court for McFall, who takes 1 dribble, lays it up and in.
Boy, that was
clocked
close.
it and run. Should run a little bit.
Yeah. So you probably got 2 to 3 seconds that run off the clock there.
They're bringing it down to 9.6. So they're going to say it was about 4 seconds off the clock. How'd they get it to 9.6, Dylan, do you suppose?
That's interesting math there that they did. I'm not sure how they knew.
13.8, was that what it was?
Yeah.
So they said it was about
4.2 seconds.
4.2 seconds. Yeah, that felt like 4.2 seconds.
Yeah.
Philip Jordan with the ball now. 7 seconds. 6, 5. Three-pointer from Robinson is good. It's a 3-point game with 2.9 seconds. Shepherd needs a steal off this inbound. Gallimore smartly calls a timeout because Shepherd had great defense.
Yeah.
You don't want a 5-second call there.
That's big there. Not every player is. It comes up in that situation, thinks to call a timeout.
So 2.7 seconds. The Rams, like we just said, need a steal on the inbound. If you are Slippery Rock, you do have one timeout remaining, so you do have the option to call another one if you would need to. But you essentially have 2.7 seconds, so a steal, maybe one dribble, depending on where you catch it, and then fire and hope that we can get overtime if you're Shepherd.
Yeah, it depends on what kind of look you get, what kind of turnover you get. Do you grab it right away? Is it one where you knock the ball out of bounds off a Slippery Rock player's leg?
Right, yeah. There's a lot of different options here with 2.7 seconds.
That's the bad thing is, like, you don't have a lot of time to get a turnover, take a lot of time to know what your surroundings are, and to know you need a three-pointer.
If you were to catch it underneath the basket, of course, then you have to dribble out to the three-point line or kick it out to the three-point line. But it won't matter here as they get it into McFall.
So now you're
head to the line and you hope for a miss.
Yeah, right. Obviously, you need
to
go 0 for 2, get a rebound, and you would get one dribble and a heave.
Well, there is the all rare but not completely uncommon 4-point play if you only get one miss here.
It's true.
But again, that's quite the miracle that you'd be looking for if you are Shepherd, but I've seen it before. Saw John Elmore get a 4-point play one time.
That's a good point. But obviously, if he goes 2 for 2 here, that erases all hope. But obviously, after one made free throw, Slippery Rock's going to call other guys back, so don't even touch them.
And now they'll put 0.6 seconds back on the clock, Dylan. So that wasn't a whole...
All right. And maybe it was 3.6 seconds earlier instead of 4.2.
That could be it, yeah. Free throws up and good from McFall. So, you need a miss if you're the Rams to have any sort of shot, and it is good. So, 79-74. Preston will throw it down the court to Hewley. He'll launch at the buzzer, and it's an air ball, no good. Slippery Rock improves to 6-0. The Rams fall to 3-3. 79-74 is our final score. We'll take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, on the postgame show, this is Shepherd University Rams men's basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. We're back in 2 minutes.
Brown Funeral Home is proud to be one of the hundreds of veterans and family memorial care providers across America participating in the 13th annual Christmas Stockings for Soldiers and Veterans Initiative. From now through December 1st, please stop into the funeral home and pick up a free Christmas stocking. You may stop by the funeral home Monday through Friday between the hours of 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. to pick up your stocking to take home, decorate, and stuff with Christmas cheer. You will receive a list of recommended items along with the free stocking. Brown Funeral Home will deliver the stocking at their expense to troops abroad and veterans here at home in time for Christmas. Brown Funeral Home is located at 327 West King Street in Martinsburg.
You've been in an accident. Why won't the insurance company pay? Because they're trying to save money at your expense. Call Mansion Ferretti for your free consultation. We have the experience to deal with the insurance company and get you the compensation you deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Hi, I'm Annette McDonald, and I am the designer at Orsini's in Martinsburg, West Virginia. We welcome you into our store to show you a complete line of what we do here. We design your cabinetry, quartz countertops, granite countertops, hardware, anything for the full remodel of your kitchen and your home needs. We also do bathrooms, and we have flooring available too. We make sure that your project with Orsini's is the best in the market. Welcome to Orsini's.
Orsini's.com. Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including Trivia Night Monday, Karaoke Tuesday, Steak Night Wednesday and Sunday, Thursday night Boneless Wing Night, and on Friday and Saturday nights, there'll be a DJ and or karaoke. And remember, Monday through Friday, happy hour, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
All right, we welcome you back here to the Butchers Center. Shepherd comes up just short in a good fought ball game between Shepherd and Slippery Rock, 79-74, our final score. Nick Verzolini alongside me is Dylan Bishop here on the post-game show. Dylan, let's get your thoughts on this one. What were some of your kind of big takeaways from this ball game?
Well, I thought that Shepherd in the second half really got the offense going, because they were doing a lot of ISO ball when it came to the first half. They were really working a lot through Daniel McLean Corley, trying to get him those plays, just try to see if he could be the best player on the court. And it led to a lot of tough shots, but they moved the ball a lot more in the second half. Philip Jordan had 16 points, and he had 0 at halftime. So that would tell you right there that they got the ball moving a lot more. John Preston ended up with 12 points, 13 rebounds, which he's been doing all year. He's been getting a lot of boards, leading the team with over 8 a game. And I think you look at the stats here, Dan had 18 points. Aiden Hewley ended up with 13 for himself, adding in a couple three-pointers, which he didn't do much of last year at all, even though he's in a more expanded role this season. But I think the Slippery Rock offense was making so many tough contested shots that I think even though you lost this game, you can live with your performance on defense, because it was just so much just tremendous shot making from guys like Britt and Gates and McFall tonight for the Rock that you can say, listen, you played good defense, the ball just went in. Sometimes that just happens. Sometimes you play good defense and there's better offense.
Yeah, I think what's interesting is we get these stats. We get the stats for each half. In the first half, Slippery Rock shot 48%. It felt like they couldn't miss. And kind of in the second half, it felt like that at times, like especially down the stretch, but not so much throughout the entire second half. And they actually shot better in the second half, 53% in the second half. And, finished that game well. Only made 4 threes. So, Shepherd was better in the three-point category with 9 made threes, but 24 attempts is a lot of three-pointers to throw up in a 40-minute game.
That is. But, yeah, if we compare Shepherd's stats from half one to half two, we said Shepherd didn't really have a lot going in that first half. They only shot 32% from the field, but then they started to get more guys involved, some more ball movement, and they shot 57% from the floor in half number 2. And I think that could have won you the game if not for Slippery Rock improving on their shooting percentage from half number 1. And that looked impossible for the first quarter of this game when everything was going in for the Rock and they were shooting 70% from the field for the first 10 minutes. But I think there's a lot to build on here off of this one. Obviously, the Rock is undefeated, so you can at least say that you lost to a team that hasn't lost anybody else. So I think there's a lot of stuff they can grow on from this game. Another great game from John Preston. He has been really, really good this season. And he added in a double-double today to go along with coming into this game shooting 57% from the field and 50% from 3. So if they can get him going like they did in the second half for entire games, I think this is going to be a successful Rams offense.
All right, real quick, we'll kind of run down the scoring for Slippery Rock. Dylan, you hit on the Shepherd scoring for the most part. So Goings with 10 points, 4 from Lindsay, Gates with 16, 5 from Clifford, 24 from Britt, 15 from McFall, and 5 from Gallimore. And Dylan, before we conclude, I think it's pretty obvious, but give me your player of the game here tonight. Yeah,
I think it's got to be Amante Britt. If you're given a player of the game for just the Shepherd side, I'd have to give it to John Preston. But the player of the game on the winning side is Amante Britt. He was 10 for 19 from the field. Only ended up making 1 3-pointer on his 4 attempts. He's shooting over 40% of them on this year. Just a lot of tough shots made in the mid-range especially. Ended up with 24 points. And, sometimes good players just take over games. And down the stretch, he was able to do that.
All right. So, once again, your final score. Shepherd falls in this one, 79-74 to Slippery Rock. Tomorrow we will have the Super Region 1 championship game between Shepherd and IUP at IUP. That's a 1 p.m. kickoff, 12:30 pregame show. But for Braden Schaffner, Spencer Dupuis, Dylan Bishop, I'm Nick Verzolini. I'll talk to you tomorrow for Shepherd football. Colin is back in the studio, and he'll have a scoreboard update after this 2-minute break. This is Shepherd Rams men's basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Have a good night, everyone.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
WVU Medicine is pleased to introduce 8 new providers at Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers and University Healthcare Physicians. Dr. Munib Malik, Nephrology. Neonatal Nurse Practitioner Antonia Montag. Dr. Janice McMillan, Endocrinology. Nurse Practitioner Kimberly Applegate, Infectious Disease. Nurse Practitioner Saba Ademe, Hospitalist. Certified Nurse Midwife Brianna Lilly. Physician's Assistant Skylar Sade, Family Medicine. Dr. Kelly Ash, Family Medicine OB. WVU Medicine, growing to meet the needs of our community.
Welcome into the TV 10 and 1 scoreboard show. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Again, your final score on the men's side. Slippery Rock continues its undefeated season with a 79-74 win over Shepherd. Shepherd now falls to 3-3 on the season. Let's now take a look at the women's basketball score earlier. Slippery Rock at the 73-57 win over Shepherd. Both teams in action tomorrow as Shepherd takes on Edinburgh at home for women's and men's hoops action. Slippery Rock will head up to Shippensburg. Let's now get some other scores around the PSAC in the men's side. Millersville got a 67-56 win over Edinburgh. A final score, Shippensburg 77, Cal U 73 is that final score. Mercyhurst gets the win over Westchester 81-66. Gannon and Kutztown going into overtime, tied at 65 apiece. 11 minutes to go in the second half. It's a 40-point lead for East Stroudsburg over Clarion, 67-27. And Pitt Johnstown leads Bloomsburg 77-59 is the final score there. And the final score, Lock Haven gets the win over Seton Hill 74-55. Those are your final scores in the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. Again, tomorrow, Shepherd takes on Edinboro in men's and women's hoops at the Butcher Center. However, we will not have it on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube, and that is because we will have the Super Region 1 championship game for Shepherd Rams football on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube, and it's the rematch of the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference championship game against the Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Hopefully the Rams this time around can get a win. They lost last time in that PSAC championship 24-21, but it's a rematch. All the marbles are on the line. Winner takes all, loser goes home. Tune in at 12:30 for the pregame show. 1 p.m. is kickoff between the Rams and the Crimson Hawks. I'm Colin McLaughlin, signing off now for TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. You've been tuned in to Shepherd University Rams basketball. Have a good night, everybody. This concludes today's coverage of NCAA Division II basketball featuring the Shepherd University Rams in the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. Our coverage was brought to us thanks to Bechtel Jewelers, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mirius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, CMA Honda of Winchester, the Mountaineer Pub, the Neon Moon Tavern, Orsini's Home Store, the Palace Lounge, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Smallwood and Small Insurance, the Sutton and Janelle Law Firm, and WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Center. This has been a WRNR and TV10 broadcast.